Hello and welcome to my Pillars of Eternity playthrough. Currently I am starting the part number 15, and in the last episode we were questing mainly in Brackenbury area of Defiance Bay. We have started also the sanitarium, at the exploration of sanitarium, and there are still few rooms to go there, but first we need to sell some stuff at my stronghold at Kednoa, because looks like the bandits are taking away a lot of my money. So let's continue right away.
A few repairs and this keep will be a sight to see.
First thing first, I think I'll start to talk with Durance a little bit. I had questions I wanted to ask you. Let's see if he has some new dialogue
If doubts and
options.
curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Tell me about Magran. Keep troubling me and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Yeah, questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Okay,
Yes?
so... Not unlocked.
How may I help?
Let's talk to Alf as well. We finished his quest last time, so maybe he will have some new stuff to tell. Alf looks at you with quiet attentiveness. How may I be of service? About your parents. He looks at you cautiously. Yes? Why was your mother gone so often? She was invited to join a hammock with a landed Thane when I was very young. His estate was a 5-day ride from our home in the Thitwood. So that was part of it. He gives you the smallest of frowns. The real issue, however, was my father. Despite his initial agreement with the arrangement, father was never happy with it. He should hound and harangue my mother when she was home. We wanted to know whether she was intimate with the Thane, and no matter how many times she swore she wasn't, it was never enough. As you can imagine, that led to her coming home much less often, even though she still supported us financially. What's Hamnek? A ceremonial marriage between folk and elf. Because the Aedire mainland has historically been split between the two races, we have many institutions that are designed to normalize relations. Our monarchy is headed by folk, but an elven consort rules alongside the reigning Ferkening or Macqueen. This is the most prominent examples of Hamnak. In many cases, a Hamnak allows two households to pool resources. Among the aristocracy, hamneks consolidate power. Sometimes, as in my mother's case, a hamnek is a means for a noble to add another administrator to his or her household. Consorts are received with almost the same level of respect as their noble counterparts, which can be extremely useful. Of course, hamneks are sometimes used to sanitize an extramarital affair. He shrugs. I don't know what is I don't know that it's really any better, but it seems to satisfy common notion of decency, and elf and folk unions are sterile, which no doubt eases some concerns. It sounds like your father had a problem with his temper. He had a problem with my mother's hammock, even though they agreed upon it long ago that the financial benefits would be considerable, that it was little different from his role as Earl's steward. It ate at him, and so he drank and raged. When she was home, he raged at her. When she wasn't, he raged at me. More than anything, he wanted me to become an Arcanine in the service of his Earl. I think he felt this would validate his chosen career and master. He was a firm man, as you saw, but in the end, I became a successful wizard due in no small part to his strictness. Nonsense, you accomplished that on your own and you would have been fine without him pushing you. Are you so certain? I didn't know what I wanted from my life then. I surely wouldn't have been focused without a little direction. That's all I really wanted to know. So now you understand a little bit more about Iselmir? He wrinkles his nose. No thanks to the Denimancer. My spleen? Black bile? Come on. Bellasiege methods were flawed, but you still learned something, didn't you? Only because you and I have a league of good sense between us. But the average person? Show them a shiny gadget in the hands of an expert and they'll believe anything. Not necessarily. Most people have more sense than that. He raises an eyebrow. You can still believe that after all you've seen? It must be nice. Why did you want to take Belasage's notes? He gives you sidelong glance. Like I said, I didn't appreciate her prying. That's all.
Yes?
So we got a little bit more info on his history with his family. Artifices are a new building which was constructed while I was away, and also Western Barbican. Let's see what's inside. This looks like something from an Aderan drinking game in which several vials are filled with water and one with concentrated sunray liquor. Spring gears and wires jangle around in the crate. Interlocking rings are carved with peculiar symbols. They slide across one another with a soft series of clicks.
How do you do?
Greetings, my lord. Here you will find only the most ingenious of contraptions, oils and snares and wimicrafts, all to fetter and frustrate your foes. Do you wish to have a look? Let me see what you have. Okay, only traps at the moment.
Oh?
A few repairs, and this keep will be a sight to see.
Certainly.
I'm back. Frayed lengths of rope and a few flint chips are scattered across this workbench. Only weeds grown in this dusty patch. Okay, let's go inside here. This still needs a lot of repair. Let's check. And let's take a nap.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. I just... Well, you seemed preoccupied.
You've just begun to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Elliot over your shoulder. He looks away quickly when you notice him, kneading his hands into squirming fists. What's on your mind?
I suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual lately. Talking to people who aren't there, remembering flashbacks of your previous life. I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
Are these symptoms sounding familiar?
You know me too well. But it does seem that our afflictions differ. Isilmir asserts herself now and then, but that's nothing new. You, on the other hand, you seem to be getting worse. I should let you rest. It looks like we'll have another full day tomorrow.
Walls need some work before this place is secure. My husband could fix them right up.
Let's go to the keep and pick up all the taxes and items from adventures. I bear a message from the Ducal Palace. Good. Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Kednoa has been called into question by the Gathbin family. Earl Bademar has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gathbin must be present. Tell me about this Lord Gathbin. An old Eduran lineage, I believe. He looks around the Great Hall. The former lord of this stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gathbin, allied himself with the losing side during the War of Defiance. Whose Chancellor Warin? He is an arbiter of legal matters for El Bademar of the Grasp. Kednoa is mine. The Gathbin family disagrees, as your claim is not based on lineage and official ruling is required to remedy this dispute. I'll go meet him then. The Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in First Fires. The messenger bows, then strides away. Travel to the Ducal Palace in the First Fires district of Defiance Bay. And what's this? Characters hitting self. Interesting. How much constitution does he have? 17. Let's try it out on him. My lord.
My lord, you've received a letter, delivered with some urgency as it happens. I thought the messenger might swoon, poor dear. It's from Stalwart. Apparently the mayor, Renengild, has heard of your success here at Cadnua and hopes you can be of aid to her people as well.
That's a long way for a letter.
People like you come few and far between. And in this case, I believe Renengild is correct in suggesting that your experiences here may give you an edge. It seems she's intent on gaining access to Durgan's battery. And she's offering quite the reward to anyone who can get inside.
A reward, she says, for getting into the battery. That's a reward of its own, surely.
Durgan's battery? As in the source of Durgan's tale?
Ah, the very same. All manner of people have been trying to infiltrate the keep for years. Our own Earl was much taken with the story of the battery's fall. There are many legends concerning the battery. As the Earl told it, the dwarves fought amongst themselves, each seeking to use the battery to further his or her own ambitions. Greed and cruelty brought down the battery, and now the spirits of those same dwarves roam the halls. Whatever happened, the battery has been impenetrable ever since. A shame. I don't doubt that there are great treasures still within those halls.
Perhaps I'll pay Stalwart a visit.
Oh, just think! The greatest of the dwarven strongholds, ours to explore!
I should mention that among those rumored to have answered Reningild's summons is a certain group I believe you may have an interest in. Followers of Woodica, intent on reaching Stalwart and the Battery. I do not know what they seek there, but I thought it worth mentioning, given your interest in the ruins at Defiance Bay. Now that I've delivered Reningild's message, there is also a local matter of some concern, my lord. A mercenary band has been sighted to the northeast. I believe they mean to take Consul Hot's tower, and I don't expect the Archmage will go quietly.
Consul Hot's one of the greatest wizards of our generation!
Eloth fidgets and flutters, vacillating between anxiety and excitement. He appears to be at a loss for words.
The Torn Bannermen are a deadly fighting force, and Consul Hot himself has sent many travelers to their graves. I would caution you to stay clear of the region if you do travel to the White March. It is not that I doubt your courage, my lord, but Consul Hot alone boasts power of a different scale altogether to those foes you have faced thus far. Given more time, perhaps, you will match him. If the Bannermen succeed in their efforts, I fear they may turn their attention to Cadnua. I will keep you apprised of the situation, my lord.
Who is Consul Hot?
A famed archmage. I am given to understand that the Brackenberry Sanitarium puts much stock in his work, as regards the manipulation of the soul. His spells are widely circulated. But he is poorly regarded in many circles. Some call him a madman, or else cruel and barbarous. He must be very old by now. Perhaps that is why the Torn Bannermen believe they can best him.
Do you know anything else about these mercenaries?
Little enough, I'm afraid. The Torn Bannermen are well supplied and well organized, and there are rumors that they are backed by an unknown benefactor. They have proved remarkably effective in the past, and they are certainly a threat now.
Horrible.
Safe travels, my lord.
Travel to Stalwart. The people of Stalwart have asked me to open up Durgan's Battery, a deserted dwarven fortress, and find the White Forge, their mayor. Renegade will probably have more information on the matter. Stalwart lies in the White March, and the journey will take several days. The steward of Kednua has informed me of a recent conflict on a remote bluff in the Deerwood. The Torn Bannermen, a feared collection of mercenaries, have besieged the manor of local legend, the Archmage Consul Horde. The conflict is over a mysterious artifact. The steward believes I should investigate the problem to ensure the safety of Kednua. Consul Horde's manor is located to the northeast of Sednua. It sits atop a remote bluff, known as Craighold. I should travel to Craighold and ascertain the situation. My ownership of Kednua is in doubt. I must meet with the Chancellor Warren at the Ducal Palace in first fires to discuss the matter. Let's talk more to her.
I trust all is well. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
What is the state of the keep? Oh, where to begin? Let's see here. We need a little bit more security. But let's start with this. And one more. Let's use this. Let's check the barracks and library and then go a little bit exploring the Kednoa into the endless path. New books. Okay, so let's research a little bit of Endless Path before getting back to Defiance Bay.
Hail, traveler.
Greetings, my lord. I'm here to maintain the cells for you. Should you take any prisoners in your travels, I will make sure they are attended to as you see fit. Do you have any instruction for me? What do you want done with the prisoners? I don't need anything at the moment. Here is Nairit. It was a good plan, you have to admit, until you turned up, anyhow. Okay, this here was a trap for which I did not have enough mechanics, so let's see if it's now better.
It's done.
Yes.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Oh. Farman's Curse. This rolled up piece of parchment is covered with smeared charcoal scrolls. Let me get in down and writing. I knew this was a shit plan from the start. Merek Gleeful Estadler convinced we were going to talk the Xoribs into helping us fill out pockets. Help Andrash right into a great big pit. More like, and now you all run off like hares. Meanwhile, here's me, up to my armpits in bones and Xorib shits. I hope you all rot down here. I hope Merek trips right off the edge of the world and Drefton loses what's left of his wits and guts. The rest of you. 5 of us left and you run. Curse each every one of you. And curse me too for dying here on account of a bunch of mewling peaspots. Here's for when one of you rotten lizard bastards land some Ederan. I hope you all fucking choke. Let's check the armor. Interesting. 11, 10. I think I will be wearing this for now. And let's check the last place
I'll take a look.
we missed. Xarib High Priest, stepping into this chamber, you are assailed by a cacophony of screeches, growls and barks. Blood splatters Xauri dance in frenetic leaping motions. To one side, Xori plunges his hand into a bucket teeming with blood, to daub patterns onto others eager to join the rites. At the far end of the room, one Sorip wearing the long skull of a young drake and vibrant feathers shakes a staff towards the gathered Xorips, screeching and clicking. The high priest suddenly raises the staff above his head, shrieking with renewed vigor. He swings the staff downward to point it at the pit, and then at you. I think we've just been invited to participate. Looks like it.
Brave thou Philophili.
You go this. Where are you? stun from you as well. And let's attack the priest. Let's go this and this. You already have more. Okay. Turn back. There is only death upon the endless path.
Certainly.
This bucket is filled with blood and gives off an acrid stench. You recognize it at Bogga's tears, a powerful poison.
And what does the flame reveal?
The blood spilled from this bucket seems to have eaten into the stone. The rope tied to the bucket looks long enough to descend into the pit.
What have we here?
A rapier. Let's check it out. That's a good tanking stuff. Let's We'll see how it's good or not. What skills does he have? A stock flail, one barbell. Rapier. So no, we already have different skill. And who could? Maybe. Hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, hunting gown, and unarmed. Okay, so not for him as well, not for her. Let's find a hatchet. And save this for maybe someone else. Or maybe later we will. Respect there for the stock. This white pit descends into a grim darkness. You hear the whistling howl of wind, and from time to time hot gusts of air tug at your clothing. Examine the pit. The chasm appears to have been dug out with tools rather than being a natural formation. It seems to be very deep, but you cannot see the bottom to gauge the distance. Let's leave it for now and go down with the stairs.
I'm on the trail. Slow and silent.
So let's check the third level of Kidnoa.
Oh?
Good to know. Though worn away by time, many of these alcoves are engraved with Edirne surnames.
Certainly. Now here's something.
Rope and tricorn hat. Not for me. Tulgar, a giant. Don't skulk, come into the light. Cast in orange hues by the guttering torches, a massive creature sits at the rear of this white chamber. There is an acrid stench of blood and offal about the room, and the hot malodorous gust wafts towards you as the ogre rises, stirring up the dust beneath its feet. If they had only known how many unwitting fools would wander into my camp, I would not have been exiled. Despite these words, the ogre studies you disappointedly. His pale grim features are streaked with dried blood. But then, I think they have lost the taste for Orlan. Now that they have feasted on one another for so long. The ogre turns away. I will not be fattened for the eating. You were exiled? Go but a little way south and you'll find what's become of us. Once a dozen strong and now we are nothing. Our great chief enraged by voices and our people driven to devouring one another. And I, the coward, wait here to die alone. Easier said than done. He gestures to a heap of bones and cloth. Hunger has a will of its own. Matron Zola knows that well. You're all starving? Isn't there something to eat down here? We have lived here for many years. The caverns have changed around us. Many old tunnels have been closed. Perhaps it's the spiders' doing. For a time, we feasted on the xoribs and lived well. But the xorib traps have become diseased, poisoned. We did not notice at first, not until we too began to grow weak. Some of us became like feral creatures, maddened by the poison. Matron Zola, strongest of us, she did not go so easily. Her madness came slowly. Some of us went on eating the xoribs, of course, even knowing. There was nothing else. They died painfully, but quickly. Others tried venturing out into the great stair trying to find a way out. Zola forbade us from leaving, in time. If we could not find anything to hunt, then some of us, she said, must sacrifice themselves. You're cannibals? Yes, we have to come to that. Even I have tasted it. There is no returning from that, I think. I will remember the moment for what remains of my life. Uh, who are you? I am a Thulgar. Once most trusted of Zola's warriors. Once. The ogre shrugs a shoulder. It matters not. Go but a little way south and you'll find what's become of us. Once a dozen strong and now we are nothing. Our great chief, enraged by voices, and our people driven to devouring one another. What happened to your leader? Matron Zola. She was plagued with dreams from the moment we came here. Terrible dreams. Of something down below. She was convinced we should not go there. Tulgar loves his head. I told her it was nothing. Thought nothing of it until I discovered the poison within the xoribs. It changed her. Whatever the voice spoke, she grew harder, colder. Perhaps it was enough that the voice was never silent. Through all these days and nights, perhaps the poison made the dreams all the worse. It is harder, perhaps, to see madness in those closest to you, But I should have seen it all the same. Too late for that now. I should put an end to this, Zola. Yes, if you could do that, then at least we will be free of this madness. Who knows how long we might remain, eating one another until there is but one of us left? Bring me her Torque, and I will know that it is done, that our clan at last is finished. Consider this the final request of a fallen ogre, Orlan. Do what I cannot, and I will find some reward worthy of your service. Trapped within a section of the endless path of Odnua, a clan of ogres has resorted to cannibalism to stay alive. One of the ogres I encountered proved willingly to talk. Tulgar claims to be one of the only, if not the only ogres to retain his sanity. The others have yielded to the commands of their chieftain. Zola, who driven to madness by starvation and peculiar nightmares both, has resorted to cannibalism to stay alive. Thulgar has asked me to do what he cannot, end Zola's life, and in so doing bring about an end to his brutal existence. He asked me to bring back her Torque as a proof. Okay, so let's search for Zola.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
First ogre here.
Laying low.
Oh?
An impressive statue. How old do you think this is?
Oh?
Housed within a quiet alcove, this stone figure strides boldly forward, one arm held high. Inspect the statue. Judging by the style of clothing and the cracked remnants of a beard upon the statue, Eloth suspects that this is the Earl of Yenwood. A loaded warrior, he was known to lead his men into battle, wielding a gleaming saber. Okay, so probably we will need to find some saber, which is missing in his hand.
To whispers and shadows.
Hello? Hello?
Another ogre.
Hey,
Two of them. So...
Red.
That's it!
Where are you? First down. Now the second. Good. These ogres seem to be a unique breed if we could only speak with them.
That's it!
Shadow!
Laying low.
Certainly.
Flies swarm around this decaying ogre head, ruining over its dead eyes and slack jaw. Let's go here first. She probably the leader is here. This wooden scaffolding has rotted away, crumbling under its own weight. Around it are signs of an excavation, evidently abandoned a long time ago. Let's go to level 1. Let's go back.
Certainly.
Let's check this way first.
Silent.
Hey. You're not getting through me. Hey.
Let's stun them first.
That's it! That's it!
Knock him down there. And you stun him again.
Slow and silent.
Another.
Following your lead.
Let's go and knock him down.
Brave does not believe.
That's it!
I'll take a look.
Certainly.
Just money. Knock down and stun.
Dead on!
I have them.
Oh?
Laying low.
Now, here's something.
A trap and with just the bloodstone. Let's see what we can find here first. Black ooze.
Dead on!
Yes?
Oh, I completely botched this up.
Aye?
Come here. You come here. You come here. And you try save yourself if it's not right. Oh hell. Messed up. And you. Let's try this. No.
Following your lead.
This was one less of a fight. Let's go. Bad, 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 very bad.
Certainly. Silence surrounds me.
Yes?
You will be back inside, but I think...
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Let's just quick save just to be sure.
Yes?
But not after I change back to
What?
this and this.
Hey,
You're
What?
here, you're here.
Yes?
Following your lead.
how may I help?
I'm here.
And where is your Itu mark? Here.
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
That's it!
Where are you going, asshat? Let's knock him down.
Hey.
That's it!
Let's get this one and be gone here.
Hey. Hey. Of course.
Heal yourself and gonna go inside. Okay, and now for the druids.
Certainly.
Not you. You.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Now here's something.
Okay, let's try to kick his ass now.
Hey.
And let's knock him down. Let's stun him.
Dead!
Good.
Dead on!
And one again, once again.
Oh?
Nice and quiet.
It's done.
And another ogre.
Hey.
I think I will have to go for a small nap after. Before engaging the Zola. Oh shit, two of them. Mark him.
I'm...
That's it!
Aloth. Okay, I will be going sleeping, so go for this.
Ah, thank you.
And stun him. Good.
Spot on! Silence surrounds me.
Okay, let's get beauty sleep and then we try to finish the boss of the area.
It keeps coming along nicely.
Bailey is finished. So let's check what more we can build. And I think for now the towers. No. Yes, the towers. Everything seems to be in order. Glad to hear that. Only bits. Where is Bailey? Well, hopefully it will be finished after sleep. Also the picture of it. And before, let's talk to
What?
Durance. Your face is full of need, Durance snorts. It looks to burst if you didn't speak. I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Tell me about Magran. Gods, you are swanning with questions. One would think you were with child or burning up inside. Once again.
What? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Let's try the enemies.
Before, when you asked about allies, well now, ally, enemy, that's a skin's edge of difference in history's eye. But there were enemies. Were.
Elthas. Durance gives a cold grin, nods. But we sorted it out. Then Hylia. And her queen's crown of feathers and birds, he sneers. Perhaps she claims to see the world from her perch. I hope she saw what happened to Etas, and if she dares to walk upon an earth where such fire runs. Her temple are things of windows and twittering music. If a bird falls, I know that it's a victory. Seeing another set of darting eyes from that feathered bitch die is a pleasure to me. You bear her a lot of rage. She and her clergy offer shelter to the Altasians since his death, his humiliations. She's next for me. I wanted to ask you something else about Magran. Enough about Magran, I have other questions.
I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
Still some options. I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Duran's grants. I wanted to know more about the salvation. When the Animancers tries to place animal souls into the children, Duran snarls, if you ever needed proof of their trespasses, that alone speaks to it. Waidwen may have taken a god, but to put an animal inside the vessel of a child? Duran shakes his head, his face wrinkling in disgust. Animancy is madness. Worse, it took too long to see the crime for what it was. I heard of the first tales, the Orlan, suffering first. He chuckles ruefully, then sneers, like they always do. Animals within animals, compounding the madness. Did you see what happened? First was a woman, could have chalked that up to female weakness. Then the catman, could have chalked that up to them being animals. His hands tightened on his staff. Then more and more cells ended up in their claws. Duran's gaze hardens. I would have given anything to place them within a cage with those they've saved and see their craft shape the craftsman. Let those children tear their tormentors apart. I can only give a taste of what they should suffer. It is meager fare for us both. I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Let me ask you something else.
I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
Still more questions. Let's try the history and I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Are you a servant of Vel? Let mysteries and questions remain with him, at least until the next time we need rest.
Hmm?
Okay.
Oh? I? Hey.
What?
Following your lead.
Oh? Oh?
Let's continue to Endless Path.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Certainly.
What?
Hey.
Ready, Watcher. Right.
Yes?
And let's go
Certainly.
for all the rest right away.
Yes? Of course.
Yes? Hey.
And let's see.
Brave. Dalphilakili.
For fuck's sake. The master speaks. Kill it. I will have its hands, its heads. I will stand watch. Let's paralyze it.
That's it!
Circle of protection here. Knock down druid. And. Let's do this, and you go here. Let's done it again. And another. Use this, and you go for another stun. Oh, no, not yet. Let's kill Zol first. And this.
Yes?
Dalphilakili.
Let's knock him down if it goes. And you try to stun him.
That's it!
Yes! Now go for the druid. Heal yourself. And this. And this.
Lavaru beyond sea!
Yes. Little bit tough fight, but we have Zola's Torque. I have slain the Ogre Chieftain Zola. All that remains is to tell Thulgar that the deed is done. Let's search around if we can find here anything before going further. A rusted shield decorated with as many-leafed tree adorned the wall. A small engraving at its base reads, "The Earl of Yenwood."
What have we here?
Stalker's Torque. Let's see what it does. Only usable by Ranger. Modifies Stalker's Link. I think this one might be better. Let's finish the quest at the quest giver, and let's see what he has to offer. Tulgar grunts. Is it done then? I have some questions for you. Tulgar frowns but nods. Very well, ask then. How did you come to be stranded down here? We were hunting Sorips through the caverns and isolated them in the caverns above. We thought that would suffice for a time. And it might have if the Sorips had not recently grown sick. Now their poison has infected us, and Zola will not let us leave, even if we wish to try. Do you know anything about a master below? Tulgar gives you a searching look, frowning. That is what Zola called it, the voice in her dreams. After we came, we began to have terrible visions. We would feel a presence, sometimes. I thought it's superstition until I heard it too, and then I thought it's an effect of the poisons we were eating. And now you come seeking it out. I do not know what this master is. I know only that if it was this creature which prevented us from moving deeper into this place, Zola refused to lead us down into the depths. He grunts. Perhaps that is where we will find it. That's all the questions I had. Zola is dead. Tulgar takes in a deep breath. He is silent for several moments. Then it is done. Thank you, Orlan. That was not my mate in there. I will not remember her that way. Here, I will not need this. Where I go, use it well. I informed Tulgar that the grim task is done, and Zola is dead. He seemed to find new measure of peace in this, though he was also much grieved. With the luck, he'll find a new place for himself far from here. The master from below. On the third floor of the Endless Path, I encountered an ogre who, alone among his kin, decided to speak rather than attempt to devour me. When I asked him about the master below, he said that he and the ogre chieftain Zola were plagued for years by terrible nightmares of a shrouded figure. The ogres were too frightened to venture further into the dungeon. It seems this master below lies deeper within this labyrinth. And the quest by the moonshine. Scouts from the Twice Split Arrows tribe claim that the ranch elven druid stormed into one of Glenfen's smaller western ruins and absconded with the hide of an enormous bear that the tribe hunted down 5 generations ago. The tribe of outcasts has been unable to locate the druid, and they have received no help from their fellow Glenfattans. The Twice Split Arrows gave Moonshine enough information to pursue the crazy druid into the forests north of Deerford. Conversation with the druid was difficult as her emotions shifted quickly and without warning, often violently. Moonshine eventually pieced together that her soul had been awakened while she was in the process of spirit shifting. Her awakened soul became obsessed with recovering and retaining the bear hide he had hunted generations ago. In the end, the druid attacked Moonshine and some Deerford locals and was killed in the subsequent melee. The Twice Split Arrows were grateful for the return of the bear hide and saddened by how the ordeal had ended. They gave Moonshine a pair of finely made hunting boots as parting gift. Greenstein boots. If I get hit, it will once per encounter heal you. And let's see what we got. Randall's Finery. Recovery speed minus 15, plus intellect plus lore. I think this will be much better for him, because he is not much into front rows. Okay, let's go back to Master Staircase, and probably downstairs we will need to find something for him to put in the statue. I'll check it just in case, but I don't believe. No. Let's pick up.
Better indeed.
Let's pick up the boots, and then probably call it a day. I'll give it to him for now.
Oh?
So, this will be it for now. And yeah, I was thinking the endless path will be a little bit easier, to be honest, so probably in the next episode we will go back to Defiance Bay and finish the quest in Catacombs. But for now, thank you for coming by and really appreciate it. If you like it, feel free to follow me on Twitch or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and have a nice rest of your day. Bye bye.